Hello, Miss Dan. Can you hear me?
Yes, Monty, good evening.
Good evening, Miss Dan. I will make you the host, right?
Oh, okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for doing this.
Oh, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure.
Good evening, Mr. Huad.
Oh, there we go. Good evening, Bante. Sorry, I didn't click the right prompt.
Oh, right. That's fine. That's
My
fine.
mother and I are both here.
Oh, right. Miss Rita, good evening.
Say good evening to the Bante.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening, Miss Rita. May all the good happen to you.
Thank you for your kindness.
May you be happy.
We have extras here and
You want to go try? Jason, did you get? All right, you don't have a brain. Would you like it back? Did you get this? Yes. You got both the best, right? Okay. Right, let's start. Everyone, please say it 3 times together. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Good evening to everyone. Today too, I would like to wish everyone that may all of you have a very good sitting, so that you could develop a lot of so deep concentration and may be able to develop a lot of deep happiness with it, right? Now, this is the second day of our meditation session. we have to understand that so the continuous practice is very important in this technique. So first thing is you have to understand the technique well, and then you have to execute. You have to dedicate and you have to execute the meditation technique. When I think on the first day too, I told you, even though you have a even though you have a sword at home, if you are a soldier, so if you don't use it at war, then that sword is useless. So meditation is just like the sword. Even though you know about the technique, but if you don't dedicate and if you don't practice continuously, then you are not going to get the best out of it. So to get the best out of your meditation, you have to continuously practice, right? To have a healthy mind and healthy, right? A healthy body, a healthy mind always leads to a healthy body, right? Whenever you have whenever you train yourself, so through meditation, then you develop a healthy mind within. And because of the mind gives birth to two things. So two kinds of activities in your life. Number one, vocal activities. So by words you talk. So it gets shaped when you develop a good mind. So those words, they go in the right direction. And then second kind of activities that you do in your life are the bodily activities. When you have healthy mind, your activities, your bodily activities, they also become healthy, right? So they become harmless, right? Harmless actions, and they become beneficial actions, not only for you, but for the people that you are associating in your life. Therefore, please continue to practice, understand the technique properly, and then execute it daily. So as you can, please practice. If you are an old student, please go with the way that you were practicing. If you are a new student, please start with 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So for 10 minutes, please practice, right? Please practice breathing meditation. Then after that, please practice loving kindness meditation for 2-3 minutes. So like that, please go on. And you were provided with a paper to mark. Every day, please try to give, please try to mark 2 times. So for the morning sitting, so 1 mark, and for the evening sitting, another mark, right? Then please do it like that. And at the same time, try to maintain mindfulness throughout the day. So even though you develop concentration, if you don't apply it into your daily life, then the purpose is not served, right? Purpose is served when the concentration, the healthy mind that you get, when you apply it into your daily life. For an example, so sometimes you might have these kinds of experiences. So you are for the breakfast, you are about to cook. So you want an half-cooked egg, right? You break the both eggs and then you put it on the pan, and then suddenly you remember that you didn't check the notifications of your social media stuff. I mean, TikTok or Facebook, or I know all of you have those things. So suddenly you remember that you didn't check them. Then you are not patient enough to wait and stay mindful and focus on one thing. Your mind is itching. to go and check the notifications. You won't check who might have commented, so who has commented on your photos or your post, or who has liked that, and who has given who gave hearts, like that. They won't check. What you do is you start to scroll, and suddenly you smell something. You smell something after a while, and then you check around, and finally you find an egg. It's not half cooked, it's fully cooked, right? So things happen like that when you don't apply the concentration that you get in your daily life. So not only you practice this, right? Not only you have the sword, you have to apply it into your daily life, right? Right. So please then apply it into your daily life. Now the process has started. The first week is so Friday is gone. Today is the second Friday. So when you are practicing throughout this week, sometimes you might have found, still you might have found that it is difficult for you to concentrate well. If it is so, I would like to give you a suggestion. What you need to do is, when you observe your breath, now please start counting, right? If it is not hard, I mean, if you can concentrate, you don't have to practice this numbering method. But if you feel like it is hard for you to concentrate well, then please practice this numbering, right? So when the breath is coming in, then please count it as 1. Incoming breath is number 1. And outgoing breath is number 2. When it is coming in, count 1. And when it is going out, count 2. Right? Like that. So please focus on your incoming breath and outgoing breath with the numbers. Right? And then, so when your mind is concentrated, when you could concentrate, so with the help of this numbering technique, when you could concentrate, when you feel like you can concentrate now on the breath well, then let go of this numbering and start observing the normal natural breath again. Did you understand? Right. So that is for the students who cannot concentrate at all. Not for the old students. So for the new students, those who cannot concentrate well. So then please do numbering if you feel like if you feel like that you are not capable of concentrating well. Okay. Then work hard for yourself. You have to understand you are doing this not for anybody else. You are doing this for your own betterment. First, you will become a positive person. And after that, the positivity that you gain, you will share it with the other people. Right? Whatever the concentration that you gain, whatever the calmness and coolness that you gain, first, it is beneficial for you. And then later on, it'll be beneficial for the other people too. You're not going to keep the positivity with yourself only. You're going to share it with the other people, right? Even though you think intentionally do it or not, it is going to happen. The others will be affected by this practice too, because of your practice. So please work hard. Work hard diligently, first for yourself. And then it'll be effective, it'll be helpful for the other people too, right? Let's work hard, giving our best, right? Every day, morning and evening, let's keep on sitting, let's keep on working, and let's keep on improving, right? Now everyone, please keep your back straight, neck straight, head straight. Please keep your right palm on your left palm. Take a deep breath. Let it go. Take another deep breath. Let it go. Take another deep breath. Let it go. And now, everyone, please calm down completely. As every day we do, I will pay our respect, sincere respect and gratitude to the Buddha. Then after that, we are going to start today's meditation. Everyone, please concentrate. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Itimeso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho Vijjacharana sampanno Sugato lokamido Anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati Satta deva manusanam Buddho bhagavati Swakato bhagavata dhammo Sangnittiko akaniko Ehipasiko opanaiko Paccatang veditabbo Vinyuhiti Supanipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Ujupanipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Nyaya patipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Sami Madipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Yadidang chattari purisa yugani Atte purisa puggalam Esa bhagavato savaka sangho Amuneyo pamuneyo Dakineyo anjali karaniyo Anuttarang punyakhetang lokasati. With a very calm mind, with a very quiet mind, with an alert, very attentive mind, with a balanced, very equanimous, patient mind. Everyone, please start your meditation. Please pay your entire attention to your breath. When it is coming in, please be aware right now the breath is coming in. Don't go with the breath all the way in, as I instructed all of you last time. Please go with the breath only to the place where there is the end of your nostrils. So in that curvy place, the breath will go and touch. And after that, it will start its journey to go all the way inside of your body. But don't go with the breath all the way in. Just stop at the end of your nostrils and stay patiently until it comes back. Stay very patient. Then it will come back and it will touch the end of your nostrils and will start its process of leaving your body through your nostril. When the breath is going out, please be fully aware. Right now, my breath, it's going out. When the breath is coming in, please be fully aware. When it is going out, please be fully aware. If it is long, be aware. Right now, the breath that I'm experiencing, it is long. If the breath is short, please be fully aware that the breath that I'm experiencing right now is short. If the breath is gross or the breath is soft, let it be so. And be aware right now, the current breath that I'm experiencing right now is gross. The breath that I'm currently experiencing at this very moment is soft. So know it and be aware of it accordingly and as it is. Don't favor any breath. Let it be comfortable or not comfortable, but still try to keep a balanced mind. So accordingly, let the breath come according to the nature of it is. When it is going out, let it go according to its own nature, following its own nature. So don't favor the soft breath and don't hate the gross breath. So welcome each and every breath with a balanced mind. And very patiently, your job is just to observe the breath as it is. As it is. Now everyone, very calmly and quietly start observing the breath. And may your meditation be very, very successful. Work hard diligently. You're bound to be successful. You're bound to be successful. Everyone, please start the meditation right now. Now, everyone, if your legs are hurting, you can relax them. But keep the eyes closed. We are going to practice loving kindness meditation in brief. Everyone, we share our loving kindness first with ourselves. So please focus on yourself. Focus on yourself and share your loving kindness with you. May I be well. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be really peaceful. Please spread your sincere loving kindness towards yourself first. Now, let's share our loving kindness with our dear parents, teachers, relatives, and friends. May my dear mother, may my dear father, may my dear teachers, relatives, and friends be well, be happy, be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please spread your loving, sincere loving kindness towards your dear parents, teachers, relatives, and friends. Now, let's share our sincere loving kindness with the people in the middle, with the people who are at the center. That means the people who are not your friends or enemies. May all the people at the center, in the middle, be well, be happy, be peaceful. Please share your sincere loving kindness with the neutral people. Now, please share your loving kindness with your enemies. No use of keeping grudges at anyone. Whenever you have hatred towards anybody, you are the one, you will become the first victim of your own hate. The other is so that the people uh, who are hated by you, they become the second victims. You don't need to suffer because of any hate or any grudge. During this short human life, we need to live our lives comfortably, peacefully, and happily. If we want to live so, we have to let go the grudges. So please let go of your grudges, your hatred. If you have any person that you hate, people, a group of people that you hate, and share your loving kindness with your enemies. May my enemies also be well. May my enemies also be happy. May my enemies also be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please share your sincere loving kindness with your enemies. With your enemies. Now let's share our loving kindness with all the beings in the world. Human beings, animals, and birds, fish, visible beings, invisible beings, beautiful beings with ugly beings. Let's share our loving kindness with all the beings without any discrimination. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be very peaceful. Please share your sincere loving kindness with all the beings in the world. All the beings in the world. Bhavato sabbe mangalam Rakhantu sabbe devatam Sabbe buddhanubhavi Sabbe dhammanubhavi Sabbe sanghānubhavi Sada sutti bhavantuti. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Now everyone, please open your eyes. Let your whole body relax from top to bottom and bottom to top. Now please join your palms together and say 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dear Dhamma friends, hope all of you had a good meditation session. You always will feel good when you practice it as a group. It affects us. So whenever you practice meditation as a group, the energy, the good energy that the other people create, and the good mental thoughts that the other people create, it definitely affects us. That's why we can meditate well at the group setting. And it is also encouraging too. So I hope that all of you, you might have had a good meditation session, sitting session. So dear Dhamma friends, before I teach about today, last week I promised that today I'll teach you about the benefits of meditation. Before I teach about that, I would like to give you a few reminders. So especially the beginners, so they are allowed to change your posture. It is fine. If your legs are hurting, you can change your posture, right? But try to endure the pain as far as that you can. But don't hate it, right? So as far as you can bear the pain, please bear it. And when it is unbearable, let it go. Change your posture. And when you change your legs, right? Don't make, so be compassionate towards the other students. So don't make a huge sound, louder noise. Instead, what you should do is you are practicing mindfulness, right? So very slowly, so bring your hand towards your front leg and slowly strengthen it, right? Strengthen it, and then after that, so slowly strengthen the other leg too, and let both the legs relax. And don't when you are relaxing your legs, don't direct it towards the teacher, because according to the Asian tradition, it is considered as not right. So please direct it either to the right side or the left side of the hole. And make sure that you don't hit the fellow meditators too, right? we don't need a fighting meditation time. All right. So so somehow make sure that, and when you are meditating, please be aware about your back too, right? So it is important being aware about your back. So if you feel feel like your back is not straight, it's like it is not straight right now, it has aligned, then make it straight consciously, right? And keep your neck straight and be aware about that and keep your head straight. You do that, why? To keep your mind awakened, right? To keep your mind alert, right? And attentive, right? So please do it like that. And today I'm going to teach you about the benefits of meditation. Meditation, meditation is practiced. So it is being practiced for a very long period of time, thousands of years. So we can't give an exact timeline, but even in Rigved, so Rigved is written maybe around if we take the time, maybe 4,000 years ago, right? 4,500 years ago. Even in those texts, we can find this. So the teachings about meditation, so various teachings about meditation, and at that time, so certain people, they made a fire. And what they did was they were looking at that fire, right? By that way, they have practiced meditation. Right? If you go, I know there's so many Hindus here too. If you go to Agni Sukta in Rigved, there's this description. I know because I had to learn about that at the high school. So then there are many other records in Atharvan and in Upanishad texts. So you can find descriptions about various meditation texts. So meditation has a very long history, and we have to understand that there are three purposes. There are three purposes of practicing the meditation. So number one, to calm down ourselves. So calmness. To achieve calmness, we practice meditation. And then number two, to develop concentration levels. To develop concentration, we practice meditation. And number three, we practice meditation to achieve wisdom, vipassana. So which was taught by the Buddha. That practice always concentrates on developing wisdom. Right? So these are the three objectives of main objectives of meditation. And there's when it comes to scientific experiments in the West, what do you think when it might have started? So any guessing?
70s.
70s is the time that so the mindfulness meditation was introduced by John Kabat-Zinn to the West, right? But it has a longer history. What do you think? Any guess? Not 100 years yet. Actually, the first scientific experiment on meditation was done in California, so by two persons. So in 1929, it's also about the brain, so brain reaction to meditation, right? And then in 1950s, so the interest grew, and after that, so the researchers and experiments um, about to know about which were conducted to know about meditation, effects of meditation, they kept on growing. Nowadays, in United States, the only in universities they conduct more than 1,000 scientific experiments on meditation. So today I can't wrap up all those findings. So even though I summarize and present you, so we won't have enough time. Then I will be the only one at the end of this session, because tomorrow the sun will rise for tomorrow morning, but the description won't end. So I selected certain benefits according to the time that we have, and representing both perspectives. One perspective is the perspective of dharma, and the other perspective is the perspective of science, right? Then first I will go with the perspective of dharma, right? So according to dharma, there are many benefits that we can gain by practicing meditation. It says it brings one to understand the truth, both theoretically and practically, on a deeper level. For instance, understanding mind, matter, the three characteristics, rapture, happiness, as they really are. So, what does it mean is, so mainly it helps you to understand about the mind and matter. Mind and matter means, so the human being has two parts. One part is the matter. Matter means this form, the body. And when it comes to mind, it has four parts. What are the four parts of the mind? I mean, the four aggregates of the mind. So number one is feeling. Number two is the signals. Whenever you feel something, then it sends a signal. So signal. And then number three, mental formation. And number four is consciousness. When you practice meditation, it leads you to understand about this mind and matter. And the three characteristics. What are the three characteristics? So meditation helps you to understand about the impermanence, the nature of anicca. And then number two, this nature of dissatisfaction, so suffering. And then number three, the nature of no self. So it helps you to understand those things. And then it helps you to achieve the ultimate happiness and ultimate peace. And then it also gives the mind stronger motivation, effort, patience, and contentment than before. When you gradually practice, week by week, you will see that you gain more and more motivation, right? More and more motivation about things, and then you gain the ability to develop more effort, and you become more patient, and then you become contented about your life than before, right? Then it makes the mind able to sacrifice much more for the greater good of all, working without worrying about fatigue, happy to work, just the opposite of before practicing meditation. Gradually, you gain the ability. What it means is you gain the ability to empathize on the other people's sufferings. You realize how you suffer because of negativities, right? And you encounter the negativities, while you let those negativities to eradicate, what you do is you realize why the other people do bad things in life. Sometimes they do hurtful things, harmful things to the others because of their negativities. And then when you are improving, you start to see the other people. So even though they are adults by age, you start to see the other people just like babies. Not babies by body, but they are babies by mind, right? So whatever the negativity that comes to their mind, so the baby's nature is to act on whatever thing which comes to their mind, right? So if just like that, they don't know any way to come out of the negativities that they are experiencing. So what they do is they start to act on them. The good meditators, they realize this, and instead of hating or getting anger, they start to sympathize, just like a mother sympathizes at a baby, right? This happens. The level of empathy, it grows, and then at the same time, so because of that loving kindness, because of that good mind that you develop within, you gain the ability to help for the other people, right? Whatever it happens, you develop a mind to help at the other people, so to help the other people. And whenever the other people whenever the other people get your help and grow in their life, develop in their life, you gain a lot of happiness by seeing that. So this happens in such kind of meditators' life. And then it improves the recollection and memory, allowing one to memorize things well and not forgetting or confusing things on things. So you gain a lot of good memory, and you gain the ability to memorize things very well. So in Burma, there are 14 Bantes who can who memorize all the 57 texts of the Buddhist teachings. So from whichever the part that they were asked to recite, they can recite. How did they gain that? By practicing meditation. So you don't have to memorize all those 57 books, but at least you'll gain the ability to memorize things very well, whatever things that you want to memorize in your life, right? And then so then at the same time, so it helps to cultivate morality, right? It helps you to cultivate morality. It helps you to hang on your policies, and you will become a person with a lot of moral qualities, right? You won't kill anyone. You won't, whatever it happens, you won't steal. You won't practice sexual misconduct. You won't lie, and you won't take intoxicants or such kind of thing. You won't practice delusive speech. You won't practice harsh speech, right? Vulgar speech, and verbally and physically, you won't harm anyone. You'll be a moral person. And then there are so many other things too. When you gain, mainly when you develop wisdom, it helps you to have a good understanding. That understanding helps you to develop good concepts in your life. And on those good concepts, you start to practice good speech, the right kind of speech. You start to practice the right kind of actions, and you start to practice the right kind of you start to live a life without harming anyone, you will engage in occupations which won't harm anyone. And at the same time, you will have the effect because of that right understanding and right concepts. And so you will have the effect to get rid of the negativities that you already have. And at the same time, you won't start any negative action that you have not yet done. And you will gain the ability to continue with the positive actions that you are already doing. And then you will gain the ability to start new positive actions that you have not yet started, right? And then you will gain the ability to stay mindful throughout your life, and you will be able to develop deeper concentration level. And finally, you will gain the ability to attain the real peace, real happiness, nibbana, right? So these are the benefits that you can gain according to the Dharma perspective of Dharma. Right? There are so many, but I don't want to go all the way. If I go with all those things, then we won't have enough time. Then, when it comes to the perspective of science, right? These are the discoveries made by science, right? Scientific experiments. So, during how the brain works when we are practicing meditation. So, brains can see increased activity in regions directly correlated with decreased anxiety and depression, along with increased pain tolerance. Right? So when you practice meditation, so what happens is, so in the regions, in the regions which create anxiety, which affect the anxiety, which helps the anxiety level to go up, right? So they have the chemicals in those areas, they start to go down, especially cortisol, right? The cortisol level, it goes down, right? And then it causes decreased anxiety and decreased depression, and then it also creates increased pain tolerance, right? So it makes you stronger, and it makes you able to face difficult things, difficult situations in life, right? And the default mode network in particular is activated when one's mind is at rest and not focusing on the outside world. It has been found to improve memory, self-awareness, and goal setting. So do you know default mode network? So it's here, right? Default mode network. And here, so this area, it is according to the scientists, so neuroscientists, they say that this area is related to memory, self-awareness, and goal setting, right? So when you practice meditation, so it becomes, so there are certain nerves which are not active, right? Which are not active. They become activated when we practice meditation. And so so that results in improving memory. And then so you become more self-aware, and then at the same time you gain the ability to achieve your goals, right? So whatever the goals that you want to achieve, so you develop enough ability, so enough energy to go and reach those goals, to work for those goals. And once scientists compared brains of some Buddhist monks with new meditators, they found the region of brain associated with empathy much more pronounced in monks. So it also literally changes your brain view, and we can measure them, measure these frequencies, alpha waves, right? So meditators have a higher number of alpha waves, which were shown to reduce feelings of negative mood, tension, sadness, and anger, right? It also changes our brain's shape and size, right? It also helps to change our brain's shape and size. After 8 weeks of meditation, gray matter was more dense in areas associated with learning, memory processing, and emotional regulation. Right? Did you understand, or do I have to describe? Right. So gray matter. So it is an it is an area so which affects to our ability of learning and memory processing, and it also affects the emotional regulation, right? The emotional regulation. Then, when we practice meditation, so the size of the gray matter, it becomes dense in such kind of areas, and then the brain, the size of your brain, it also grows because of your practice. And then, yeah, there are so many other ones. There is another important one, right? Right. A simple meditation exercise every day. It's about your everyday practice. So if you practice 10 minutes a day, this is talking about a practice of 10 minutes a day. So this research was done by University of Massachusetts. A simple meditation exercise every day can cause 33% more likely to be in a better mood after 10 weeks. So then if you practice 10 minutes for 10 weeks consistently in the morning and evening, then it can, so there is a good percentage to be more likely to be in a better mood after 10 weeks. And then, then you gain the ability to, not bothered by physical pain. So you gain the ability to stay, so you gain the ability to stand up with the pain. And there are so many other ones, but this is not, I think it's enough. So now you can understand. Not only meditation helps spiritually, it helps spiritually to grow, and at the same time, it helps physical wise too. So the benefits, they come both ways, right? There are physical benefits to create a healthy body, and then there are mental benefits to have a good mind, healthy mind. So why don't we practice meditation? Then work hard for yourself. As I always mention, the greatest gift that a student can give to the teacher is your own practice. So when you improve in your life, in your practice, so one of the happiest people in the world would be your teachers, right? That is the nature of a good teacher. So, and at the same time, the greatest gift that you can give to the teacher is your own practice. So please work hard. And these are a very few selected benefits that you can gain. But there are so many which were untold. If you want to gain all those benefits, you have to work hard. Every morning, please sit for yourself, not for anybody else. Every evening, please sit, not for anybody else, for yourself, for your own betterment. And please work hard. I sincerely wish that may all of you develop in your practice. May all of you be able to So work hard for yourself. And finally, may all of you be able to come out of your negativity. And may all of you be able to develop all the positivities within. And practicing this noble non-sectarian practice, may all of you have a wonderful life in this life. And at the same time, may all of you be able to continue this practice for your future lives too. And practicing so, coming out of all the negativities and developing all the positivities, finally may all of you attain the real peace, real happiness, purification of mind, Nibbana. With those thoughts, everyone please join your palms together and please concentrate. Abhivadana silisse nichang vada pachainu Chattaro dhamma vadanti ayuvanno sukhang balang Ayurarogya sampatti Sagga sampatti me vache Ato nibbana sampatti Imidate samijjato. May all of you be well. May all of you be happy. May all of you be very, very peaceful. Very, very peaceful. Good night to everyone and see you all in the next week. Sukhi hotu. Sukhi. And at the same time, those students who didn't receive the schedule and the daily routine, I mean the marking routine of your daily practice, please receive them before you go. And thank you so much for coming. Right. So good night, Mrs. Diane.
Good night, Bante. Thank you.
May you be happy. Good night, Mr. Wad.
Good night to you, Bante, Mom.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Good night, Russell.
Good night, Bante. Sadhu,
night.
sadhu, sadhu.
May you be happy. Good night, Ren. Good night, Ren. Right. Good night, Ruanai.